one and all, and welcome back to more Let's Play Professor Layton in the Curious Village. I am the Max of Few Trades. In the last part, we got fed up with being led all over the dang place and accomplishing nothing, so we decided to just head over to the giant nasty tower in the center of town, but apparently it's blocked off by like a big wall, which is all kinds of ominous and weird. But then we saw a mysterious girl, and then she dropped a ticket that led us to believe that she was helping us, apparently, and it was a ticket to the Ferris wheel that was in the park, so we had to crawl through the sewers and go find the guy who actually maintains the park, but apparently nobody ever goes to the park, so he just gave up even trying. So this place is probably gonna be a heckin' mess, if I'm honest with you, but hey, at least it's a brand new place to walk around in. That's certainly nice. This park is really kind of sad, isn't it? It's all rusted and abandoned. It's just as Sylvain said. It seems that no one set foot in this park for a dreadfully long time. Which just really begs the question to me, why? Like, don't get me wrong, I don't even vaguely remember the last time I've been within, like, 500 miles of a park. But I mean, why would a park be entirely abandoned? That's concerning to me. Now, on to business. Let's give the grounds around the Ferris wheel a once-over. I expect we'll find something of interest there. He suspects. He doesn't know. What I do know is that if I click this map, I'm probably going to get stuck with a puzzle. I didn't, though. Oh, that's actually a surprise. A map of the park. It's yellowed with age. Like a Super Nintendo. Hey, there's probably a puzzle. That's fun. Oh, my. What is it, Professor? That's what I want to know. Huh. Some sort of chaleando? Look at this poster. The picture appears to be the same as the one on the ticket we picked up. It looks like it's been posted here for ages. It's so faded you can't even read the letters. I mean, you can read some of them. I think it might... The Young Carnival? That doesn't sound right. Either way, it's a carnival. Unless you mean the letters at the bottom of the poster, in which case, I don't think that's just fade. I think that was always ineligible. Illegible, whatever. Oh! What? Hey, isn't that... Yes, I thought so! That's little Flora there in the middle of the picture, isn't it? She looks exactly as she does in the portrait we saw of her in Reinhold Manor. It would seem that Baron Reinhold built this amusement park for the sole enjoyment of his daughter. That is a little extra. Maybe that's why nobody was in the park. They weren't allowed. Strange. I wonder why it wasn't more popular with the village folk once it was open to the public. Maybe it never was. We don't know that it was. Well, I don't suppose speculation will help us very much. Let's keep moving. Right you are, Professor. I really thought that was going to be a puzzle. What about the trash? Trash coins! Yo! Let's get them trash coins. I wasn't assaulted with a puzzle. I have to admit, I am deeply surprised by that. I was fully anticipating it. This place is so run down. Looks like it hasn't been touched in years. What a shame. I bet it used to be a fun place. There's even a big tent like the kind you see in circuses. Has anybody ever been to a dang circus in like the last 30 years? If you want to see animals, go to a zoo. They're not being beaten. Oi. Yes, there is something quite sad about it, isn't there? That's strange. This was clearly a traveling carnival. So why was it left to rot here in St. Mystery? I bet the Ferris wheel's a mess too. I suppose I won't get to use that ride ticket we picked up. More than most likely not, and it's weird you thought you could. Well, we have better things to do than ride that thing, don't we? Somewhere in this park hides a clue to find the golden apple! I'm sure of it. He's sure of it, people. He knows. He knows. What about that horse? What about that Hans? Hans with the coin! What about this? Oh, that looks like a circus big top. No one seems to be inside. Yo! I found another hidden coin inside the styrofoam cups! It appears that no one is working the shop. Yep, that much is true. That much is true. Oh, I can't go in the tent? Terribly unfortunate, that. I wanted to see the rats. You know there's a big-ass family of them living in there. This must be the Ferris wheel we were looking for. Bruh, you trying to imply that it was hidden? Luke, why don't you look around and see if anything seems odd about it? I'll stand here and watch you in case something horrible happens. Sure thing, Professor. Did you find anything out of the ordinary, Luke? No, not a thing. Maybe there's no secret hidden in this Ferris wheel after all. Maybe you're full of crap, Professor. Luke, I swear to God. That remains to be seen. Let's look around a bit more, shall we? They're going to be here for like 3 weeks, and he's just going to keep saying, Professor, I don't think there's anything here. Trust me, Luke. Trust me. No one working the shop. There was a ticket stand there once, but no longer. But there's a hit coin over yonder. You gonna try and tell me this big-ass Ferris wheel ain't the sign of some kind of nefarious puzzle? I can't put my finger on it. There's something quite odd about the Ferris wheel. It makes me wonder if we might have overlooked something important around the park. That reminds me, Luke. Have you heard this wonderful puzzle about a Ferris wheel? It's now really the time, Professor. Shut up, Luke! Puzzle time! Alright, fine. What is it this time? There are 10 two-seater cars attached to the fair's Ferris wheel. The Ferris wheel turns so that one car rotates through the exit platform every minute. The wheel begins wait, so like if one goes through, it's been 1 minute, okay, all right. The wheel began operation at 10 in the morning and shut down 30 minutes later. What's the maximum number of people that could have taken a ride on the wheel in that time period? Interesting. Okay. So then there's probably some kind of tricky trick to it. All right, well, let's see. It's a two-seater. Okay. So then 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. That's 20 and a full rotation. But then people are going to get on it as it goes. Okay, so hang on a second. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so it takes 10 minutes for one thing to make a full rotation and then reach back down to the bottom. And the second that somebody leaves, another duo are going to go onto it. So, well, bare minimum, we can say 40 people in 20 minutes. After that, there would be 60 if you did it another 10 minutes, but there's got to be like a trick to this. You know what? I think I might know it, actually. It can't be 60 because if they're going to, assuming they're planning on shutting the Ferris wheel down and they're not just going to strand people up there, then on like the last rotation, people are going to stop getting on. They're only going to be getting off because they're not going to put in more people, you know, just to get stuck up there when they shut the thing off. Okay. So then after 20 minutes, I would imagine anybody who gets on at that point is no longer, they're not going to get any more. They're just going to let them leave. Except for maybe, yeah, whoever shows up exactly at that 20-minute mark, because they would be able to get on and then go through a full 10 rotation. So I feel as if this is actually rather simple, but my brain is having a hard time putting the numbers together. This has always been my massive weakness. I just am not good with numbers. Spin. Okay, well, if that's the case, then yeah. 40 for the 20, and then, yeah. Okay, alright. Okay. Assuming all of what I said is correct, what number does that ultimately mean? That's the problem I'm having. Does that mean it's just 42? Or am I missing something else? That's what I'm having trouble with. Ooh. I can scribble all over it. I can absolutely ruin it. There you go. There you go. And then I can clean it like magic! Well, 42 is my best guess. So we're just gonna go with it. We're gonna go with it, and we're gonna see what happens. Boom! Boom!
How does this sound?
Put that number in there! Yeah! Okay.
Professor, I've solved it.
Because I think the first trick is assuming that it's going to be 60 people, and then the second trick is going, oh, wait, they're not going to add anybody else onto it, so it's just going to be 40. Now, and then you're like, no, what about the last group that could get on there at the last possible second? There you go. That's right. For the first 9 minutes, the Ferris wheel is moving. The cars arriving at the unloading zone are unoccupied. For the last 9 minutes of operation, needless to say, no one will be allowed to board the cars. From the time the Ferris wheel fills up at 10 minutes past the hour until the last passenger steps off at 10:30, a total of 21 sets of passengers will have taken a ride on the Ferris wheel. Boom shakalaka. Ow, my hand. Excellent job, me boy. Boy, me Bob. We should take another quick look around the area to make sure we haven't missed an important clue. And I got a painting scrapper. It looked like a corner piece, assuming that it correlated to what the image is accurate. It's a lovely Ferris wheel. What a shame it's in such disarray. Ferris wheels, otherwise known as the most boring of all carnival rides. Then again, you're not really getting on a Ferris wheel for the sake of, high octane. You're getting there for the view, or potentially for romantic situations. But then the person you're going with doesn't want to go on, and they want to go somewhere else, but they say, but I got you a corn dog. It's a big mess. Look, Professor, there's a strange little shed here. Perhaps it's the turlet, Luke. Interesting. It seems this shed routes water to the sewer pipes. I feel this warrants a closer look. Very well. Oh, my. I don't suppose you know how to lockpick. It doesn't appear that the door will open. Let's move on and explore the rest of the park, Luke. I've lost interest here. Yeah, head guard in the trash! Let's go! It says, don't throw trash in the lake. You can't tell me what to do! Ah! Oh, hi. Oh, hang on. I found another scrap of paper. Who's leaving these all over the place? This is getting very odd. Look at this, Professor. It was lying on the ground. It's another piece of paper. Oh, it appears to be a scrap of the note paper. Would you read it aloud for me? Sure thing, Professor. All right, let's see. The older she gets, the more young Miss is catching on to this village's secrets. She seems lonely, which is probably why the boss asked me to build an amusement park for her, so she'd stop asking questions. Yep, it certainly looks like I've got my work cut out for me. A single person built this entire area? That seems unlikely. The young Miss mentioned here must be Flora. The whole park was built just for her. So then, wait, maybe it was Flora Park. Maybe that's what it was meant to be. Or Flora Carnival? I don't know. But I don't understand this other line. What's all this business about a secret in the village? I just wasn't ready to handle the boss's death. Poor young Miss. She's all alone in the world now. But, yeah, once again, I can't help but notice that we have not seen the Baron's second wife be mentioned in any documentation whatsoever. That's really weird, right? I have to keep going and take care of her in the boss's place. The page ends there. Baron Reinhold sounds like he truly loved his daughter more than anything. Fate can be so cruel. That it sure as all hell can be. Uh-oh. Looks like I've engaged in puzzlery again. Look, Professor, there's a hidden puzzle! Oh, boy! Alright, bring forth the hidden puzzle. And alright, what the hell is this? 9 squares are carved into a piece of wood, arranging 9 unique numbers between 1 and 51 so that any 3 numbers have the same sum when added vertically, horizontally, or diagonally. While several combinations are possible, your task is to find the number that occupies the center square when you arrange the numbers to yield the highest possible total. You want me to do what now? What? Arrange 9 unique numbers between 1 and 51 so that any 3 numbers have the same sum when added vertically, horizontally, or diagonally. While several combinations are possible, your task is to find the number that occupies the center square when you arrange the numbers to yield the... I am legitimately sorry. I physically do not understand the question at all. You want me to... I get that you want me to have all of the numbers add up to the same thing, but only using numbers between 1 and 51, and also find the number that occupies the center square? There's like 2 pieces more to this than my brain can understand. Hang on. Can I have a hint? There are 51 numbers you can choose from, but since you're trying to get the largest total possible, you might want to try the bigger numbers first. Cool. Do you want to explain what this puzzle is? As stated in hint 1, you should place large numbers in your square. Use the numbers 43 through 51 when formulating your answer. Okay. Do you want to explain the puzzle? It might not seem obvious at first, but the center number is used in every single tabulation. Since you're trying to get the largest sums possible, doesn't it make sense to put the largest number right in the middle? So... then... you... what? Okay, so really all you're asking is... your task is to find the number that occupies the center square. And you're saying it should be the biggest number. So 51, I guess, is what you're asking me? 51.
I think I've got it.
What was this question?
Yes.
I don't understand. Great job. To get the largest total possible from any 3 vertical, horizontal, or diagonal numbers, you should place the largest number available in the middle square. Once you've decided on that as your middle number, all you need to do is test whether you can complete the square. The full solution should look something like the diagram above. Then, I guess. I enter that puzzle confused, and I leave it just as confused. Ooh, I got it, but just barely. I mean, if it didn't just flat out tell me the answer, I don't think I would have. Feel free to put that as a mark against me in the grand tally of all of these puzzles. I legitimately do not understand any aspect of that thing. Like, was all the puzzle really just... like, legitimately, was all the puzzle asking for, like, that entire thing just straight up... you want a really big number. You can only use numbers between 1 and 51. What number do you put in the middle? The biggest one. That's it? Because that feels deeply confusing, but also bizarrely simple, and it's just making my brain hurt. So I'm just gonna stop thinking about it and accept the fact that I'm going to be sassed for being so confused. Oh, you lads again. Hey, how do you like me park? Lovely, isn't it? No, it's terrible. It's unkempt. There's mess everywhere. It's rusty. The school's done. You're bad at your job. The sun's shining bright today, and I'm in fine spirits. Why not celebrate this weather with a puzzle? Let me tell you one of me favorites. If and you simply must. All right. This is a 30-year. A tennis ball has rolled its way down into a hole. This particular hole is extremely deep and has a sharp bend in the middle. I wouldn't really call that a sharp bend, but okay. Sharp bend in the middle, making the ball impossible to retrieve by hand. To make matters worse, the ground around the hole is made of hard clay, so digging the ball out isn't an option. Then what dug the hole in the first place? However, you have something incredibly commonplace on hand that you can use to get the ball out. What do you use to get the ball out? Answer in 5 letters. Well, this is like, is it physics or something? I don't know, but this is a pretty simple thing, or I don't know if it's physics or science or whatever, but like, yeah, no, because it's made out of hard clay, it's not like it would get, yeah, no, you just, you dump water in there. You dump water and it floats out to the top for you. I'm relatively certain. And now I have to write the entire... Wah. That's a was. How did you get a T out of that? Wah. That's an R. T. That's an X. T. That's still an X. T. That's an R. T. That's a G. T. 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 Thank you. Christ. Water. Thank you. Why can't I just use a keyboard?
My answer.
Just poke the letters that you want to use. This system is jank. Oi. That's correct. Theoretically, you could use any liquid in which tennis balls can float, but I mean, water would be the least weird. Like, what are you gonna do? Dump a entire bottle of, like, Mountain Dew down there? Like, I guess you could. It's a bit of a waste. Anyway, but water is the liquid you would most likely have handy. Since the ground is hard clay, there's little chance of the water getting absorbed into the surrounding earth. The ball should come up with little difficulty. Huzzah! Also, put something over that hole. Ha ha! You're quite the solver, aren't you? Ah, yes, getting back to me park. It hasn't been properly maintained, and parts are just rotting away. If something looks old and broken, do the smart thing, lads, and, you know, don't fondle it and get tetanus, because I can't handle another lawsuit. I have no money. Ooh, a violane. Why would the inn have a violin in it? What? An inn? Violet? And the violin? Write that down. That's gold. Anyway, you got something else you want to say to me or something? Brings a tear to me eye to say so, but parts of this park are simply rotting away. Yeah, something. All right, just don't get involved with any of that mess. All right, I have now gone about in a whole ass circle, and I have accomplished nothing. Oh, suddenly we have a new scene here. So in the end, the ticket we picked up turned out to be completely and utterly meaningless. Turns out your intuition is just full of crap. So it seems. Weird. I thought that lass was trying to help us. Turns out she was just running away from a pervert. Go figure. I suppose my intuition failed us this time, Luke. Come, let's head back to the heart of St. Mystery and search for our next lead. Then what the hell is the point of any of this? Oh, cutscene, that's what's the point. Okay. NANI?! Oh my god.
Get away, Luke. Run.
Run to the side! Run to the side!
That's preposterous.
Run to the side! Yeah, there we go, just turn! Oh my god, it is chasing them. Never mind! Never mind! Never mind, they did the right thing, but it's actually following them. What the crap? Huh.
Blast.
Okay. So that's the rivalry we've got going on here. You are straight up trying to do murder! And you remote controlled a fair... Okay. You know, earlier when I said we didn't really understand how outlandish of a universe the Layton world was going to be, we're starting to see some signs that things can get a little wacky. How? That man was controlling the Ferris wheel like he was navigating a Pac-Man maze. That is nonsense. Why would the Ferris wheel? And more importantly, how? Not the why, the how. Professor, look what happened to the shed. Well, I guess it's not locked anymore. The Ferris wheel must have simply destroyed it. If we made a wrong step back there, we'd be rubble too. Oh, nonsense, Luke. We wouldn't be a rubble. We'd be a disgusting, crushed husk on the floor. You'd have your innards squeezed out of your eye sockets like a tube of internal organ-flavored toothpaste. It'd be gross as hell. Oh my. Anyway, I think I found something here, Professor. What could that be? Watch out, don't mess with the rubble. Now, what's an entrance to the sewers doing here? This could well be an underground passage to the tower. We've got to take a look below. Come! That's a bold jump in logic. I'm right behind you, Professor. I was like, I found a mysterious hole. It will surely lead us as an alternate path to the place we want to be. I friggin' guess. I hope I don't trip. This place is pitch black. Ugh, and it's cold, too. You're wearing a sweater, you nerd. Get over it. Watch your step, Luke. Look for anything suspicious or out of place. And watch out for snakes. All right, bucket! Bucket! There we go. I gotta get those coins back after I mean, I guess it was well spent, those coins I had, because it gave me the answer to a puzzle I physically could not comprehend. Anyway, what the hell's this? Some kind of bull crap? Look, there's a sort of stone tablet embedded in the wall. This is clearly some kind of puzzle. I'd wager the solution will tell us the direction in which to proceed. Oh, well, isn't that mighty convenient? Alright, what do we got? Which way? Which way, which way? Uh-oh. The path you are on forks to the left and right in front of the sign that's seen below. Your gut feeling tells you that this sign reveals the direction you need to go. Find an arrow within the picture, like the yellow one on the side of the board. When you find it, draw a line around it as neatly as possible. Keep in mind that the arrow you are searching for may not be the size as the one pictured below. I see. So, it's exactly like that star situation. It just wants me to find a shape in the jumbled up mess. Okay. I don't know if I'm being overly optimistic, but I think I'm relatively decent at that sort of thing. Okay, so, I feel like maybe this one was really easy, actually, because I'm just scanning, I'm scanning, and the only thing that even looks vaguely like any part, like, that's, like, has even sides nearly enough to be this shape, stands out really blatantly right here, and then there's the rest of it. Like, this is, that was fairly simple. Alright, this is gonna be kind of tricky with a mouse, but, I mean, a totally legitimate stylus. That is Gouda. Yes. Absolutely. Okay. There you go, I found it.
Luke, here's my...
That was not a particularly hard to find arrow, if I'm honest with you. I was actually kind of prepared to be wrong somehow, and I was like, what do you mean? Well done. Now you can move forward. You could have just followed my advice of always going the way of your non-dominant hand. Then again, I guess either of them could be left-handed. I don't actually know. There's our answer. We will proceed down the left corridor. Understood, Professor. An artisan's teapot. Man, everything's going to Layton. Everything's going to Layton. That guy's all about that fancy life. You dig, you dig. All right. Oh, now what's this fresh madness? Look, Professor, there's a strange device on the door here. I'm sure it'll be obnoxious. Seems to be a puzzle of some sort. I imagine the door won't open until we solve it. It's almost like we're being tested, isn't it? It's almost like that's what puzzles are for or something. But that would be crazy. Get the ball out too! Ah, hell. Oh, hell. This problem can be solved in as few as 14 moves. Not when I'm the one doing it, buddy. Okay. Interesting. Interesting. I've already lost what else I can possibly do. That seems like everything I can do. Can't move this or this at all, or that or that. Can't move this. I can move this, and therefore I can move that and that. But that doesn't open up anything. That don't open up a dang thing anywhere. What are you... Can I... Oh! I didn't realize I could do that. Well, isn't that interesting? Okay. I guess that is, in fact, a viable option. But now, what do I do? If I could move this and get that the hell out of the way, I could move that up. That'd be a big handy-dandy moment indeed. Could do that. Let's see. Ah, maybe something like that. And like that. I mean, yeah, but no. But yeah, but no. But yeah. But no. Forsooth. Forsooth, verily, and all that other bullcrap, yes. Okay. Alright. Let's see here. Let's frigging think it out. Think it out. Okay, so we've got that in there now. Oh, hang on. Hold up. Hold up. Okay, get that the hell out of here. Get that the hell out of here. Get that the hell out of here. Get all the hells out of there. Woo! 14 moves, yeah, probably, but not me. Not me. Fantastic. Easier than it looks, isn't it? If you haven't done it yet, why not try to complete the puzzle in the minimum number of moves possible? Why don't you bite me? I'm solving puzzles through necessity, not desire. Oi! That should do the trick. And another painting scrap for me. Very nice. I ain't doing them because I want to. I'm doing them because I freaking got to. Simple as that. Now what the hell's through this door? Oh, I guess we'll never know until... I had to wait like 15 seconds for it to load in just to say, oh yeah, okay, go through it. Well, I certainly didn't expect a room down here. Let's give it a thorough once-over. Something that isn't right about this place. I can feel it in my bones. Is it the fact that it was behind a padlock and a ball puzzle? Like, that's a lot of stuff to keep somebody out. Also, it's just a milk jug. Oh, well, what about a coin, though? That's an ordinary tub. But I want a coin, though! What a curious face. All the poor flowers are in it or wilted. Yeah, that's what they do when you put them in a vase. Just an empty bottle here, I'm afraid. But I want a hit coin! Just an empty box. It's just an octopus! Ouch, hot, hot. Luke, did you straight up grab a key? Are you an idiot? There's some tiny paintings here, and they're doing a tiny dance. All these drawers are completely empty. Nothing to see here. Nothing to see here. Nothing to see here. Just an empty bottle. Okay. Well, that's literally everything. Like, one more. Okay. There ain't nothing anywhere around here. At all. Like, nothing. I want to click all over the nastiness of the ceiling or something? Just a milk jug. Oh, hey, I found it! What? There, it was just on the floor? Okay. That's cool. Ah, hey! Okay, some of these hint coins are weird. Ah, oh, okay, I found something! I just had to click literally everywhere like a madman. Something's hidden behind here! All right, let's move the picture out of the way then. I never would have noticed. What's this here? We may never know. Oh, it's some sort of nonsense. It appears to be some sort of key. A key to a tower, I'm guessing. But what does it unlock? We won't know until we investigate further, so let's steal it. But this shape certainly looks familiar. Professor, could this be? It just might. It looks just like the tower. Or at least a small portion of it anyway. I knew there was something odd about that dead end. Perhaps this key will shed some light on things. Mayhaps, mayhaps. Luke, we need to head back to that large wall on the north side of St. Mystery. I have a hunch that it's more than a dead end. I mean, that much was pretty obvious. You probably just had to push a brick in or something. Yo, the chapter's over already? Okay, cool. I wish I knew how many there were in total. Alright, well, backing up. And backing up. And backing up. And backing up. Backing up. Backing up. And there we go. We are out of the park, but we're not done backing up. Ah, let's go investigate that dead end right away. All right, Luke, but first let's make a quick stop by the inn. There's something I need to check on there. Why the inn, Professor? It seems that someone doesn't want us around, Luke. Someone is, in fact, after us. I mean, you saw the whole Ferris wheel debacle. And the key to identifying this scoundrel is back the inn. So you already have an idea about who's behind this? Haha, piqued your interest, have I? Well, too bad. I'm not going to tell you anything. Well, that was fast. Damn. Out one chapter and into another. Someone's been obstructing the investigation. What the heck's up with that? Save your progress. Not in your life, champ. All right. You got anything new to say? Anything, any more puzzles or whatever? Woo! Nope, he's still hungry. All right, then cool. That's fine by me. If you guys don't got any more puzzles that you want me to do, then you won't see me complaining. I am more than happy to just be done. I am mentally exhausted by all of them at this point. Anyway, let's see. Can I guess I gotta talk to the lady. Alrighty. Hello, Professor. Is something the matter? You look a little shaken. Well, there was recently an attempt on my life, so... Beatrice, I have an urgent request. Could you show me the newspapers from the last couple of days? The papers? How'd you know that I hoard those? Oh, and my family keep telling me it's an unhealthy habit and they're worried for my well-being. Who's laughing now? Certainly. Hang on for a moment while I go fetch them. Lass has a newspaper for every day for the last 33 years. That's strange. I'm sure I set them down around here somewhere. Is there a problem? I'm sorry to disappoint you, but I can't seem to find them anywhere. Even today's morning paper seems to have gone missing. I see. Well, thank you just the same, Beatrice. That has been most helpful. Just what was in those papers anyway, Professor? Oh, Professor Layton! Ah, Raman. What do we owe the visit? Oh, he told me I needed to find you and bring you to Reinhold Manor. The inspector, I mean. He and Lady Dahlia await your arrival at Reinhold Manor. Thank you for the message. He'll set out for the manor in just a few moments. All right, if that's what we gotta do. But this nerd better not be accusing me of doing myself a murder up in here. I'm not about that life. Gasp. You found the key to the tower, haven't you? Indeed. So are we really just gonna keep pretending we don't know who you're supposed to be? It's pretty obvious. How do you know about the key? You mustn't interfere with the tower. Whatever you do, just stay away from there. Interfere? What do you mean by that, dear? And off she runs. We may never know. Unfortunate. But what about this shifty character? Lady Dahlia sure is gorgeous, ain't she? Yep, she is. What a dish, what a doll, what a honey, what a dame, what a glass, what an ever-loving woman! Gals like that are pretty rare, I tell ya. Yep. Mans is absolutely flabbergasted by the female gender. Alright. I guess. Whatever. Oh, if it isn't Professor Layton. Judging by your expression, it seems you haven't found the golden apple. I will push you into this moat. You look terribly tense, Professor. Perhaps this small puzzle will help loosen you up. I'd rather you didn't. But alright. Over the river and through the woods to Grandma's house we go. Oh, we're doing this again? Help! Strackenfragen! Move the wolf, sheep, and cabbage from one side of the river to the other while obeying the following rules. In addition to its captain, the raft can only support one animal or item at a time. Okay, so I can only bring one at a time. When Strackenfragen isn't near, the wolf will eat the sheep, and you'll have to start over. The sheep will eat the cabbage when Strackenfragen isn't around. If you let the sheep have its way, you'll have to start over. You can shuttle the raft back and forth as many times as you like, but the shortest solution takes 7 moves. I see. Okay, since Strackenfragen must pilot the raft, you can only move one element at a time. Yeah, alright. I guess that's in case you didn't get the first one. Alright, so then the only combination of things... actually, okay. I was gonna say we bring the sheep first. Because the only combo that doesn't eat one another is the cabbage and the wolf. Unless the cabbage eats the wolf. Because, you know, wolf eats sheep, sheep eats cabbage, cabbage eats wolf. That's the historically well-known triangle of nature. But, okay, so I can only bring one at a time, huh? Interesting. Okay, I have a question. Alright. So it immediately goes over there. Wait, hang on. When they aren't near, they eat. Okay, so when they are... Alright. Ah, maybe... Ah! Yeah, there you go! Ah! I even did it in the minimal amount, too! Yay! Clap, clap. Well done. The shortest solution for this problem requires 7 moves. How did you fare? Surprisingly well! That was masterful, but I expected nothing less from the great Professor Layton. You found a painting scrap. Man, I have got to be close to having all of the painting scraps by now, right? Like, come on. Oh, my, yes. Let's see here. Switch. Let's see. Okay. Okay, you don't need to do that anymore. You can just let me... Okay, you don't need to do that anymore. You can stop. Thank you. Oh, I can still move that one, too, so who the hell even knows? Ah, that's all kinds of unfortunate. Alright. What if I were to... Just slap all those corner pieces. Do I have all the corner pieces at least? I do not. I, in fact, do not have that. That is tragic. That is a right proper tragedy. Alrighty then, well, we'll see. We'll see how it all goes, I guess. Eventually. So what's going on over here? You gonna accuse me of crimes? Welcome back, Professor Layton. Please come in. Everyone is waiting. Why are you so shook? Thank you, Matthew. You seem to be, panicking? Something troubling you, my good man. You still seem ill at ease. Oh, no, I'm fine, sir. Please make your way to the parlor. They're gonna jump me. All right, if you're certain that nothing is the matter, we'll head upstairs. I'm about to get jumped! I'm gonna get jumped! Ah, Mr. Layton, thank you for arriving so promptly. Come, have a seat. Why have you called us here, Inspector Chelmy? Or Chelmay? Like you, I'm not the kind of man who beats around the bush, so I'll just come out and with it. I'm onto you, Layton. It's clear as day. You are responsible for Simon's death. All right, please tell me what the weapon was, tell me what my motive was, tell me when I would have had the opportunity to do so, and everything in between and otherwise, because what the hell are you on about? Are you suggesting I murdered Simon? Nonsense. Nice, Layton. I have to admire the way you keep cool under pressure. But of course, I would expect nothing less from a cold-blooded killer such as yourself. I don't suppose you've seen this before, eh? This vase was on display in the room in which Simon was found dead. All the forensic evidence I've gathered suggests that the killer struck Simon with this vase. And it didn't break? What the hell is it made out of? Our killer was no professional. You see, he left his fingerprints all over the murder weapon. Fingerprints that match your own, Mr. Layton. When did you have any time whatsoever to get my fingerprints? Exactly. Layton literally has Luke go around and touch and do everything for him. I don't think Layton himself has actually made physical contact with an object since he got here. So if anything, Luke's the murderer. Arrest him. Also, I do remember that moment, yeah. Oh, that's the vase from the market, isn't it? That'd do be. You rotten murderer. What the? If this vase is evidence, why did you just break it like it was nothing? Are you an unethical fool? So go on and give me an alibi, Layton. Where were you when Simon was killed, eh? Come on, out with it. We had left to go find a cat. Go talk to literally every single person in the village. They'll all tell you, oh yeah, no, that dude was looking for a cat. I was with Luke, investigating matters down in the village. Mention the cat! That's too vague! Layton, that's too vague! Is that the best you can muster? It's clear the little brat is an accomplice to your crime. Hell, he's probably the murder weapon or something. I don't know. I'm bad at my job. Admit it, Layton. You two wanted to keep the golden apple so badly that you conspired to murder Simon. Why would we kill Simon specifically? There are tons of other people that want it. Did you think we were going to systematically kill them all off? That's stupid. This is incredibly stupid. This is the most flimsy... This is the most flimsy accusation I've ever seen. You can't fool me, Layton, so cough it up and start talking. While I'm at it, I'll take the key to the tower you picked up too. How do you know we did that? It seems that you are intent on pinning this crime on me, Inspector. Like a murderer would do. But if you are a true enforcer of the law, you'll acknowledge that I'm not the only reasonable suspect. Any member of this household could have committed the crime. In fact, you can't even rule out the possibility that everyone here had a hand in the murder. Furthermore, are we even sure that a murder took place here? Maybe he had a sudden heart attack. Did you even do an autopsy? I doubt it. What kind of nonsense are you spouting now? Do you really think anyone here is fooled by your crackpot theories? I mean, you are literally the guy who just cracked a pot against the wall, so... yeah. Inspector Chelmy, I'm beginning to think the only person here with something to hide is you. That's absurd. This has nothing on the slightest to do with me. So you say. Oh!
No, Inspector, it has quite a bit to do with you.
Meaning?
Isn't it obvious?
If there is any criminal element involved in this case, then it is you, sir. What? That's absurd.
Hey, calm down.
What utter rubbish! You'll need more than some death charge to save your hide.
I like where this is going. Also, now I know exactly. I was giving him a weird kind of host of Twilight Zone voice, but now I know he's the most unorthodox voice. I can do that. I've heard you're quite the devoted husband, Inspector. I bet you take very good care of your wife, Amy. Luke and I found this article in the paper. Luke, what was Inspector Chelmey's favorite food again? It was the potato fritters. I wasn't expecting a quiz. This article specifically states you love sweet potato fritters, and yet you raged at poor Matthew when he brought you sweets with tea. Why? Are you just an asshole? Interesting. And your point is, it just so happens that I have a fondness for Amy's sweet potato fritters. Is that so? Thank you, Inspector. This little conversation has made things quite clear. Please take a look at this. Get a load of this. I believe you just called them Amy's sweet potato fritters, yes? I'd like everyone to look at this article. As you can all see, the article clearly states that Inspector Chelmey's wife is Amelia, not Amy. Do you mean to tell me you've forgotten your own wife's name? Pod person! Pod person! You could have just said your wife. That would have worked better. I don't know why you made up a name. Out with it then. Who are you? And why have you been impersonating Inspector Chelmey? And why have you been running this investigation? Grumble, rumble, rumble. But your sudden memory loss regarding your wife's name isn't the only suspicious thing about you. Try to recall the time around Simon's death. You said you received a report that prompted you to come to St. Mystery, but you forgot one thing. After Luke and I came to town, Why didn't I think of that? That's true. Yeah, what? The drawbridge that is St. Mystery's sole entrance had its crank stolen. This effectively sealed the village from the point on. No one could enter or leave the village. I guess he could have swam the moat, but that would have been weird. And do you recall just when this seclusion began? It was during our search for Claudia. Yeah. Correct. The only route out of the village had been closed well before Simon's death was discovered. After that event, there was no way that anyone outside the village could enter. By the same token, there was no way to take things out of the village, particularly something as large as a corpse. So where is that dude's body anyway? It's also weird that you came here completely alone, like a lone inspector. Shouldn't, I don't know, at least a couple cops have come with you? This is all very weird. So tell me, Inspector Chelmey, when did you actually first set foot in St. Mystery? And furthermore, what did you do with Simon's remains? Did you eat them? Did you unhinge your jaw like a snake and just gobble him down like some sort of freaky abomination? Is that what you did? You know what? It is. It is. Good. While we're on the subject, I have one more nagging question that I haven't been able to figure out. How is it that you knew about the key to the tower that we discovered? At least I've noticed that much. Yeah, how did you know? When we happened upon that key, there wasn't a soul in the area save for Luke and myself. Furthermore, I haven't spoken of what we found there to no one. There's no conceivable way you could have known about this key. So what up, yo? Unless, of course, you were spying on us from the shadows when he picked it up. Is this an overly elaborate disguise and it's that dude with the pointy hair? The evil guy? Now let me see if I've got this all right. You posed as the inspector and used Simon's death as an excuse to enter Reinhold Manor. Since then, you've been waiting for the ideal time to strike and steal the golden apple from us. How am I doing so far? Yeah. What's so funny? This is no laughing matter. I'm just astounded at how despicable I find you, Layton. But that's exactly why you're worthy of being my archenemy. Yeah, so this series is silly. That's an entirely different head shape. How'd you manage this? I've always despised you, Layton! I thought I'd be able to crush you once and for all here in St. Mystery, but that will have to wait since you saw through my disguise. You haven't caught on yet, but St. Mystery hides a secret of epic proportions. When I imagined a dimwit like you trying to unravel this mystery, I just have to smile. My business here for the day has come to an end, so I must away. But listen closely, Layton. Never forget how close you came to being bested. You didn't come even remotely close. One day I, the great Don Palolo, will rain my vengeance down upon you. And on that fearful day, you will beg for an umbrella and a raincoat. Perhaps even some galoshes. Gosh. Professor, who the hell was that guy? Never seen him before in my life, Luke. I'm just as confused as you are. Oh! Well, that's unfortunate. Huh. Please tell me he has no idea who that is. Please. I guess he's gone. Do you know who that man was? Don Paolo is his name. I've heard stories of him. His grasp of the hard sciences was rumored to be unrivaled. I thought he was going to say they were questionable. The problem, as you might guess, was his personality. Though he was a genius, the man was evil. The science board banished him from working officially in his field ever again. Sneaking into St. Mystery to steal the Reinhold fortune sounds like the kind of scheme he would hatch. He seems to hold quite a grudge against you, Professor. What'd you do to cross him? I haven't the slightest idea, Luke. You're either lying or that's true, and it's hilarious. That would be so funny. Imagine getting a supervillain to devote himself as your arch villain forever and forevermore, and you straight up legitimately have no idea what on earth you did. That would be so great. Well, that aside, what was all that talk of a secret hidden in the village? What was he talking about? I'm mystified by it myself. For the time being, though, let's focus on finding the golden apple, shall we? I say we follow our newest lead and head for that tower. Let's check that dead end from before, Luke. This episode is at a shockingly That's a very short chapter. Wow. Okay. Also, there's been a shockingly low amount of puzzles. I must say. Unsolved. Ah, we solved the mystery! Yay! Yay! Clap, clap. We did it. What about you, Lady Von Ladysworth? Why does nobody ever talk about you in any documentation? Pod person! I'm simply shocked. Shocked at this turn of events. Who could have guessed that we had an imposter in our midst? He had me completely fooled. Well, to be fair, you had no reason to question it, I guess. But you saw right through him, Professor. I must say I'm quite impressed with your cunning. I ask you now to put that brilliant mind of yours to work and set out in search of the golden apple. It would be my pleasure, madam. By the way, are you feeling all right? You look a bit pale. I awoke this morning with memories of a peculiar dream I must have had last night. In it, my husband and I had just had a brand new baby girl, and oh, how everyone fawned over her. The next moment, suddenly I was in a park walking hand in hand with my young daughter. With your daughter, you say? That you never had? Now, why would I have a silly dream like that? These past few days have really been quite... Oh my god! Wait! Hang on! Hold up! Hang on and hold up. Is there any possibility... This is gonna sound stupid and insane, but maybe. Okay, so you know how people, when they get kidnapped, they don't remember being kidnapped? Well, maybe it can extend even further than that. Maybe they just have the ability to mess with people's memories altogether, right? Right. So, what if the Baron's original wife didn't die but got kidnapped, had their memory altered, and then were set free under a new identity? And that's why they look so near identical. Am I right? I can't actually say with confidence. But you have to at least give me this much. That can't be impossible. Given what we've seen so far, it's within the realms of feasibility. Anyway, these past few days have really been quite draining, because why was she having a dream about her baby daughter and walking with her daughter's hand in her hand and all that stuff? Because those are past memories bubbling up to the surface through her dreams. Professor Layton, I don't feel particularly well at the moment. I think I will go lay down for a moment, or a bit, whatever. What's wrong with Lady Dahlia? She says she had a dream of walking the park with her young daughter. There's something quite curious about that dream. Ah, Lord Largeman. You got another puzzle that's keeping you from finding a girl who will ever like you? Oh dear, I'm stumped again. And I just know I'll never find a bride of my own if I don't solve this puzzle. I'll spend my golden years alone with the only smell of cacts and ribbon candy to keep me company. You say that like it's a bad thing. I beseech you, Professor, help me solve this puzzle. All right. Cats make good company. Wood cutouts. All right, what do we got? You have a single sheet of balsa wood. As shown in the diagram below, your job is to cut the wood along the dotted line so that you end up with 4 identical pieces. The pieces may face different directions, but they must not be mirrored versions of each other. Go on and get chopping. I see. Okay, so we want... Huh. And do they need to all be the same size? Hmm. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Okay. Identical pieces that are the exact same shape. But they can't mirror each other. Okay. I think I've got it. I think. Unless this is what it meant by, like, mirrored or something. I'm not 100% sure, honestly, but hang on. There we are. Like... Oh, oopsie. Can I get rid of that? There we go. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah. Yeah, there you go. Ta-da!
There we go.
Dun 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 dun! There you go.
Puzzle solved.
That's right. Once you got the shape of the pieces, it wasn't so difficult. But it wasn't all that easy. It wasn't all that easy to find them within the wood, was it? I mean, it kind of was. I guess I'm decent at, I don't know, shape recognition? Is that a thing? I don't even know if that's a thing. Oh, happy day. With that puzzle out of the way, I'm confident that no woman will be able to resist me. I'll be bidding my loneliness goodbye before I know it. No, you won't. A mysterious bottle? Luke loves those things. Absolutely freaking adores that mess. Alright, backing up. And backing up. Backing up and backing up some more. We're heading for the tower. Do you have yet another puzzle for me before I go there? Lady Dahlia's requests are always such a handful to take on, aren't they? That they do be. That they do be. Now, did I talk to that guy solely because I thought voicing him was funny? Yes. Lady Dahlia sure is gorgeous. Nope, never mind. Everybody be simping for that gal. Everybody. Everybody. It's a right proper mess. Does anybody have a new puzzle for me, or... Is the well really, like, run dry? Do not be alarmed by my piercing gaze. This is for research purposes only. Oh, right, you're my stalker. I remember. I guess there's just no more... There's no more puzzles! I've beaten them all. Really nice, but you come... Yeah, okay. Nobody's got anything they want to say to me, then I am outie. I am straight up out of here. Moving and schmoving and grooving. Schmoving and moving and grooving. Why are there so many? God, there. Okay, finally. It's a dead end? No two ways about it. Maybe there's a pathway to the tower hidden around here. Wrong, stupid. I'd argue we've come to exactly the right spot, Luke. What do you mean by that? Look right here, Luke. There's a small indentation on the wall where one could place a small object. Wow, it's keyhole size and shaped. Indeed. It's weird we didn't notice that the first time. Also, this must be... Yes, this curious indentation is no doubt the spot indicated in Baron Reinhold's note to Archibald. What a weird key, though, seriously. I'm willing to wager that if we put this in there and give it a turn, by Jove, Bob's your uncle. Assuming we're British. I think they are. That's a rather messy opening, isn't it? Well, there you go, I guess. Wait a second. Was that do you think that was the noise that people were hearing? The opening and closing of the area? That's why every time somebody heard it open, somebody got kidnapped because, you know, someone was running through. Wow. Just as I suspected. All right, Luke, in we go. Are we not going to talk about that? I guess it must have been an entirely different noise. Yeah! Chapter 9. It's getting going. A path to the tower has been found. Scale the tower and solve all the mysteries of Saint Mystery. Hey! Okay, that really wasn't much of a... It really was not much of a mystery, actually, at all. It's kind of weird you would even count that. No, I won't save my goddamn progress. You can't make me. All right, then. Well, we got through a couple chapters in this episode. So, yeah, actually, we'll end it off here for now. We went from making slow progress to lightning fast progress, and I'm here for it. And, yeah, I guess we'll get into the tower next time, and probably that will be, like, the hardest puzzles of all, most likely. I am worried. I will see you all then.